So this relates to just another question. So, because now everyone's speaking about bitachon, and you have to have just more bitachon, and so people, start their life, and they know that there are going to be challenges inevitably in three areas: banai, chayim, mizona, right? And throughout those challenges, they need to have bitachon. They trust that Hashem will make it good, or this is His plan. Like, what does bitachon mean? That because obviously we see that things don't always end up the way that people like them to end up, especially with what's going on now. So, how would you define bitachon? Like, you have to have bitachon. Just say that in English to someone that's never heard the word bitachon.
It's like that martial example of the 1,000 pieces of paper, and 999 of them says yes, one of them says no. You mix them all together and you pick out the no. Oh, that's weird. Put it back, mix them up, pick out get the no again. Say, wow, this is really weird. You do it 10 times in a row, and 10 times in a row you get the no. Now you're going to do it an 11th time. What should you think? If you have bitachon, you figure, I'm going to get the yes. There are 999 of them. If you've lost your bitachon, you'll probably get the no again. The possibility of getting the no again is minuscule, and yet that's what you think you're going to get. That's a loss of bitachon. Hashem is good. Hashem gave you life. Hashem wants you to live. Hashem wants you to be good. Hashem wants you to be healthy. Hashem wants you to be happy. Yeah, but I'll probably get bad news. You're disturbed. Bitachon is actually hanging on to reality. A loss of bitachon is a loss of reality. Yes, there is a no in there somewhere. And you think you're going to get the no? 1 out of 999? Your thinking is damaged. Now, not 1 out of 999, 1 out of a trillion. Yeah, I'll probably get the no. Why do you do that? So, well, everybody around me is getting the no. In reality, that's outnumbered. There's this clip online right now. It's a really, really good clip. There's this guy in Yiddish telling a story that there was this frum family. Yeah, you saw it?
I started watching it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, and the teenage boy says to his father, I quit. I don't want to be frum anymore. I'm dropping out. That's it. I want to be free to do whatever I want. Father argues with him, cries. Kid says, nope, I'm out of here. The next morning, the father sees him get up and go to shul and daven, and he thought maybe this is like his last, he's saying goodbye to, no, Mincha goes to shul, Ma'ariv goes to shul. So he says to him, I thought you said you were dropping out. Hey, you're putting on tefillin, you're davening, you're better. So the kid says, you see what happens? When I was frum, all you noticed is I didn't do this, I didn't do enough of that. Now that I'm frei, all of a sudden you notice I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's powerful. How come you never notice the mitzvahs I did? You only notice the ones I... The same thing with the Eibishter. There was a Holocaust. Yeah. And there was a Churban HaBayis. Yeah. And how many terrible things happened on Tisha B'Av? 6. How many children were born? Where's... It's a very popular argument. It's not proportional. You're noticing the one, and you don't notice the 999? That's a lack of bitachon. You're letting a bad experience create your opinion of the world, of life, of the Eibishter.
But you constantly nowadays, I'm not sure if it's now more than it was 20 years ago, where people, life's a struggle, it's challenging, one thing after the next,
And the other side, we're richer, we're healthier, we live longer. I mean, come on, don't. What would you say to somebody who is terrified of getting married because what if they get divorced? Or they get married, but they're terrified of having children. What if something happens to the child? Or they're very pessimistic. No, I probably won't even be able to have a child. So why do you think that? Well, a lot of people don't. What would you say to such a person? Have bitachon? Or go for therapy? Pretty much amounts to the same thing. Why do you think you're not going to have kids? Oh, one of my aunts never had any kids. How many did? What is that? It's damaged. You were traumatized by the fact that your aunt couldn't have children? So now you think you can't? It's not logical, it's not sensible, it's not realistic. So, bitachon, in a sense, means consider yourself the norm. Don't make an exception out of yourself. I don't know how long I've got to live. So why do you say that? So I know a lot of people died at my age. And a lot of people didn't. So what are you doing? So bitachon is not like an unrealistic, blind faith, despite all logic and despite... No. It is the most logical, reasonable, realistic attitude. You're not letting a bad experience discolor your view of life and of the Eibishter. What about those exceptions? Oh, for that you have to have emunah. There you have to have emunah. That for some reason, some mysterious, who knows what, it must be for the good. That's a leap of faith.
Who's good?
Eibishter's. But bitachon?
So bitachon is like lower than emunah?
I think it's more substantial.
So bitachon translated means just be realistic. Things work out.
The reality is good. Life is good. Oh yeah? Well, what about what's his name? Okay.